doing today, beautiful soul? It's Catbird Angel here, Danica Angela, to give you some current energies with the Divine Feminine and the Divine Feminine False Light, aka Succubus. Call it whatever you want. It is worrisome. But we're not going to operate off fear, are we? We're going to operate on forgiveness. Forgiveness is the antidote to fear. Forgive ourselves and others for their past mistakes with awareness. That's how it happens. That's how we evolve out of this dark spell cast. It has been many, many thousands of years that we were seeded right into our DNA with false programming, with the desire force through fallen consciousness. We also have, right in our face, false programming, such as mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Women are raised to be in competition with each other, and it is a desire force that keeps us in a hypnotic state, addicted to material things and sensual satisfaction. All of this keeps us away from knowing our divine true nature. It's true, some of the desire force comes from the animal force, which is natural and part of nature, which is designed to help us know ourselves and evolve and expand to higher realms. But right now, current energies, just checking in, the last 3 things that came to my attention were all so coincidental, and there are no such thing as coincidences, so I'm going to share to you. First, I heard a friend talking about how she used to give cacao ceremonies, and she was unaware that she was in the false light and leading others into the false light. I had been to one of her cacao ceremonies and I saw it instantly. It was just a big ego trip is what I felt it was for her. I'm not sure if she's aware of the false light now, because she's been a magnet to being attacked. On the one hand, she has men throwing rose petals at her feet on the streets, but on the other hand, she is continually attacked. She is not aware that she is misusing the divine feminine force, or unaware of how to harness it properly. So I'm going to share with you some insight on this. The second thing that came up was a girlfriend in Mexico who had just been to a cacao ceremony, and she said, and they had taken a little bit of mushrooms with the chocolate, and she said she saw the girl leading the ceremony was a succubus, and then there were some men there that were super dark energy that she felt kind of latch onto her, and actually heard their demons speak that they were feeding off the life force there, and they couldn't wait to turn it to dark. And that woman herself is also, she's divine. She's a divine feminine, a walking magnet who does not know how to protect herself. And while she is constantly being attacked and having her energy siphoned, she's also unaware that she is siphoning the energy of others. And she herself could give a straight woman lesbian fantasies who aren't, to a woman who isn't even a lesbian. That's how strong her divine feminine force is. The divine feminine force is a sexual force. But when it's not harnessed properly, not only is everyone siphoning your energy, but your ego is getting off on the attraction of others. So you are also siphoning other people's energy. And this whole complex of mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, this thing of competition that we have ingrained a complex in almost all women until you've really become aware of it and ascended out of that, you seem to think in terms of economics. Well, the more people that desire me, the more valuable I will be worth, right? Wrong. Because even though there's more people desiring you, you're also giving it out more. So it's supply and demand. And if your supply is so big, your supply is actually larger than the demand. So you're actually devaluing yourself. You're not valuing yourself. The third thing that just happened was my last client, who came in such a state. He was a guy, just wired on coffee and suppressed emotions of pain and anger. He was at the 2-month mark with his girlfriend, and it's pretty sad. They both had one thing they asked from each other, and he was willing to work on it, but because he planned on changing it himself, she wanted him to quit smoking weed, and he was planning on it anyway, so he was willing to do that. But he wanted her to stop dancing closely with men, because they grind their private parts on her, and she didn't want to stop that. She liked the attention and thought there was nothing wrong with it. So the poor guy was in quite a state, wondering, you know, how this would work out and if he could live with that. Women, right now, we're going through a portal, and sexual energy is at an all-time high with women right now. The divine feminine is indeed awakening within us. But how do we not use it in the false light? How do we become aware of what we've done to others and how others have been feeding on us? How do we forgive that and ascend out of this total bullshit? This is a big war that's been happening for a long time, and right now we are in the apex of it. You know, the unveiling happened several years ago, but more and more keeps getting unveiled. More and more people keep waking up. And right now we seem to be at the peak of the apocalypse. A lot of people know the world is run by Luciferian pedophiles. What energy do you think they're feeding off of? This desire force. They're preying off innocent children. We've learned that many gurus themselves are pedophiles, using this sexual energy. A lot of people doing sex magic behind closed doors, not for the greater good, but for personal gain. This is not the point. This is not the purpose of why we were here. In the realm of God and Goddess, there is no competition. We are one. We are united. And this is what we must ascend to. So how do we do that? We must learn, as I said in my last video, I compared the masculine and the feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, as the yin-yang symbol. And if you look at the yin-yang symbol, black and white coming together like two pieces of a puzzle. It's not just black, it's not just white. If you put masculine on one side, feminine on the other, we're just gonna keep staying at war, pitting ourselves against each other. Women have to not only realize the seed of masculinity within them, and males do not only have to realize the seed of femininity within them and accept our inner polarity, our animus and anima, without fear but with full love. We also have to realize there is a white circle around the black and white yin-yang. And this white circle is a circle of containment by the masculine. So as your divine feminine force is erupting, women, please don't become a succubus magnet, just magnetizing everybody's desire force around you for the base, lower chakras. This is not what it's designed for. That seed of masculinity within you What is masculine? Masculine is uni-focused. Okay, this comes from times of hunting and gathering. Men would go on the hunt and hunt an animal for days and stay uni-focused. Men are capable of that. Women are not so good at that, but you can do it with your divine feminine energy because you have that seed of masculinity within you to have authority over it and to have focus over it. So please learn to focus your divine feminine energy on only that which you wish to magnetize to you. Otherwise, you will get followed on the street. You will get attacked. It's not fun. If you're going to be a little piggy, the big bad wolf's going to come and blow your house down. And part of your programming from the dark forces that fragmented your soul make you believe that you want that. Like women who keep getting raped, they keep getting raped over and over again. They're repeating a pattern. And either this pattern started from child sexual abuse, and you have to go back and heal that. With a trained professional or healer, get back to the source, because subconsciously your soul is fragmented from the trauma. And so subconsciously you keep putting yourself in dangerous situations because your soul wants to heal that, but because you're not conscious of what's happening, you're just getting raped over and over again, or attacked. And if this, horrible stuff keeps happening to you and you weren't raped or molested as a child, go back into hypnosis, because maybe you have a past life where you were the rapist. And once you become aware of that past life, just the simple awareness will end the pattern. So I got a little bit off topic there. We're talking about the yin-yang. So with the divine feminine, be focused with what you want to magnetize to yourself, because you are a walking magnet of desire force, forcing whatever you want to forcing other people to desire you, because you are the desire force. You're just vroom, vroom. You're just emitting this sexual charge, right? The white circle around the yin-yang symbol is masculine, and it shields you. So envision your divine masculine, your own personal twin flame that is meant just for you, masculine light body around you, protecting you and shielding you from any unwanted forces. It's like being the valuable pearl inside of a clamshell. Okay, the feminine is the pearl. It's a valuable pearl. But that pearl was formed around a grain of sand. That grain of sand that exists inside of the pearl is a masculine inner polarity. And the clamshell around the pearl is the masculine protecting you and supporting you and keeping you safe. So if you really want to harness your divine feminine force in balance for the true purpose of ascension, ascension is raising up higher. You don't stay in the sexual chakra. The divine feminine is meant to take you to higher consciousness, higher planes of knowledge, not only for you, but for your partner in loving union through Tantra. Not just love, but full-on worship of each other. Whoever you're sleeping with should worship your yoni palace and worship your entire body. And you should love your masculine counterpart so much that you worship him just the same. And this will take you to higher planes of consciousness. And just learning how to channel this divine feminine force within you, you begin to awaken your light body. If you channel it all the way up to your crown chakra, you start to really awaken your spiritual gifts and knowledge. And life becomes truly magical. It's something else. You just have to get out of the hypnosis, this hypnotic desire force that is an unquenchable hunger. It's like a hungry ghost. And And hungry ghost entities will actually come and latch on to your etheric field because you're in a state of lack. If you don't have that inner polarity of the divine masculine and you're not contained in the divine masculine, the divine feminine is just like a big black hungry hole. It's hungry. It's desiring. It's emitting sexual force, but it's also desiring so much you become a black fucking hole, man. Woman, you gotta learn this shit. Protect yourself. Stop competing. There is no competition in the realm of God, Goddess. There's no competition. There's just true light, true knowledge, true soul expansion. And forgive yourself. It's not your fault. We all have some corrupt bits of DNA in us from mating with fallen consciousness thousands and thousands of years ago. We've all been programmed with false programs. But now is the time to become aware of all this false shit and false light and false programming and cast it the fuck out of you. Let's use this divine feminine force for the greater good of all. For we are one. We're one tapestry, we're one soup, we're one love. Our higher self is everything. All united, all together. It's the force of one. Wholeness, unity. So if you want to experience that, come from that place, be whole with your divine masculine inner polarity and containership, shielding. That is whole. You're not in a place of lack. Once you're operating from a place of lack and hunger, not good. Beware the succubus. Be in true light, not in false light, and have a good night.